Hello and good evening, guys. My name is Nikhil. I'm your quant and analytical reasoning mentor. And we have met here to discuss with you a very interesting topic, a very fresh topic, which is coding decoding. In this particular topic of coding decoding, I'll try to do is I'll try to cover all the concepts with you. And once that is done, I'll discuss with you the question type that comes. And in the next class, we'll discuss actual questions that have come in the examination of AILET as well as in Clat in the last few years. Exactly what came in the last Clat 2026 examination. That coding decoding we'll discuss with you. And what has come in AILET and all of that, there is something we will also discuss. Okay. Now, if I talk about the coding decoding chapter, it is first divided into few sub chapters. The first chapter being number series. Okay, number series. The second portion being alphabet series. The third portion being alphanumeric series. Okay, the alphanumeric series question has come up in CLAT 2026 for you. So number series, alphabet series is a very famous question type in AILET. So these will in together be called coding decoding. Okay. Then there will be then there will be input output kind of a questions. There might also be one more kind of a question like analogy is there. There is again a very famous question type that will be asked in both CLAT and AILET. So everything will encompass this particular chapter of coding decoding. So the fundamentals parts are most important. So please understand them. And as if you, I'm also seeing in the chat box, whatever message you will be dropping by, I'll be more than happy to help you with the answers to your doubts. Okay. Now, the first thing where the most concepts we discuss are alphabet series. So when we talk about alphabet series, you should know the alphabets which are there, A to Z. Everybody of us know that. But at the same time, you should also know the positional values of these alphabets. Okay. For example, if I'm talking about A, so its position value is 1. Correct? Z, the position value is 26. The first alphabet and the last alphabet. Correct? Once that is done, there is another concept called E-Joti. E-J-O-T-Y. What do we mean by E-Joti? It is a table of 5. So E's position value is 5, J's position value is 10, O's position value is 15, T's position value is 20, and Y's position value is 25. Okay, so the table of 5. Understood? Next will be HPX, which is a table of 8. So H position value is 8, P's position value is 16, and X position value is 24. So HPX is the next important one. Okay, so the table of 8. Now, there are some particular, coding, decoding that even my son has taught me, and that is, so we were just playing the alphabet, magnet alphabets game with him. He's just 6 years old. So he told me, see, Papa, see, we have a M here and we have a W here. Now, if you will rotate M in a clockwise manner, you'll get the first 3. And when you rotate W in an anti-clockwise manner, you'll get the second 3. Correct? You'll get the second 3. And M's position value is 13 and W's position value is 23. This is how you can remember it. Okay. Whenever we call when he was learning to make a G, so he said, my teachers taught me to make a G in this manner, that first make a C and then make a 7. Okay. So exactly that is what G's positional value is 7. Okay. Then even though he might not be able to spell out my name properly, but he is an iPhone series fan. So he knows all the iPhone numbers that have been launched till date. So iPhone 1 se leka iPhone 15, 16, I guess is the correct, or 17. 18 is right now what is going on. So he said that, Papa, iPhone 1 was launched, then 2 was launched, then 3 was launched, and so on until iPhone 8 was launched. But iPhone 9 was never got launched. Okay. Instead, as after iPhone 8, directly iPhone 10X came. Basically, X came. So that is what the position value of I is. I's position value is going to be 9 because iPhone 9 was never launched. Okay. So these are the ways in which you can learn them. Okay. Now, what are the other ways? HPX we have discussed. Yeah. Okay. Whenever we say at 12, our focus is on L. So L's position value is 12. This is something you can remember like this. Okay. Uh, Next will be M we have discussed. Yeah. So these are some of the values. So the most important one is EJyoti and HPX, correct? So EJyoti and HPX are the most important one. Once you are done with that particular part, then only you need to move ahead. Okay. Now, if you are seeing here, I have written A to Z's position value like this. Okay. The logic for writing like this is the position of from the front. Let's say G is 7th from the front. है ना? So if somebody asks me what is the 7th alphabet from the end, then that is going to be T. Okay. H is 8th from the starting. So from the back end, it will be 19. iPhone 9, so it will be 18. E Jyotika, this is 10, so this will be 17. K is 11, so from the back it is going to be 16. L is 12, so this is going to be 15. M is 13, this is going to be 14. F is 6, so U is going to be 21. E is 5, so this is going to be 22. Acha. How to remember V? That is, there is a logic for that as well. Now the sign of victory is something like this. 2 and 2, 22. Okay. So V's position value becomes 22, guys. Okay. Similarly, D is 4, W is 23. C is 3, this is 24. This is 2, this is 25. So in this way, you can learn all the position values from the front and from the back. Okay. A very important and a very good observation here is that whenever you will add all the position values, you will find that the summation of the position value is always going to be 27. From the back and from the front, the summation of all these position values is always going to be 27, guys. Okay. Because there's further something that I want to discuss with you. That is why what we just discussed, I just rubbed it out. You know, the summation will always be 27. Okay, the summation is always going to be 27. That is a very important observation for you. Okay, and how to remember, learn the position values from the back and from the front. Okay, the logic is love love for you by Dwarka, infrared, eating cracks, watching Games of Thrones, he and she, okay, he and she, Jack and Queen. Okay, so PK. So this is a story you can make for yourself, which is the story of the position values from the front and from the back. Okay. How love? Because L and O forms a pair. V and E forms a pair. Okay. L and O forms a pair. V and E forms a pair from the front and from the back. For you, by Dwarka, WD, hardest name of a company. है ना? Next, infrared. The TVs, remotes that we use are having a technology of infrared. Cracks is the name of a chips brand. Cracks. Games of Throne or GT करके GT 775 or something like that. There is a game also. He and She, Jack and Queen, and PK. Okay, so these are all the story of from the front and from the back that you can remember by. Okay, and M and N is the last pair, and A and Z is the first pair. So that is also a way in which we can remember this. Okay, so M and N forms a last pair, and A and Z forms a first pair. Okay, this is a way to remember the positional values, guys. Okay, now how the questions can come? The question can directly be something like this. B, Y, or analogy question can come here. EV is in proportion with HS and a space. So because I know that BY forms a pair and E and B forms a pair, है ना? Love का E and B forms a pair, H and S will also form a pair. Now, what will be the next one? So there are a lot of them who can be here, right? Because a lot of them are forming a pair. If there are total 16 alphabets or 26 alphabets, so there'll be 13 pairs of such, right? But yes, how do you see here? Now, B's position value is 2. Okay. E's position value is going to be 5. H's position value is 8. So if you see a pattern here, so it is a plus ka 3, then a plus ka 3. So next one obviously is going to be a plus ka 3. So plus ka 3 will be 11, and 11's position value is of K. So KP will become my answer to this particular question. Okay. So that will be the pattern to understand or decode it. Correct? So in the alphabet series, the most important part is the positional values from the front, from the back, all of them. Okay? That is the logic which will be used. Okay? Once that is done, then we can talk about number series. Okay. Now, when we talk about number series, what are the important numbers that you should be knowing? And what are the prerequisites that you should be able to handle? That is, you should know 1 से लेकर 25 तक के squares. My session is 1 से लेकर 30 तक के square you should remember. 1 से लेकर at least 12 तक के cubes. My session is 1 से लेकर 20 तक के cubes. If you can remember, it will be great. 1 to 20 tables, if you can remember. Then 1 to 101, all the prime numbers. Then 2 to the power of 1 to 2 to the power of 12 on your fingertips. You should be able to remember that. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024, 2048, 4096. 3 to the power of 1 to 3 to the power of 6, you should be able to remember that. And 5 to the power of 1 to 5 to the power of 4, at least, you should be able to remember that. 3, 9, 27, 81, 243, 729. 5, 25, 125, 625. These are the values you should be able to remember that. Okay. Next, 1 upon 1 to 1 upon 30 or at least 13. The fractional values you should be able to remember. the fraction values converted into percentage values. Okay. The fraction values converted into percentage values, you should again be able to remember that. Okay. So these are the important pointers that you should be able to remember, guys. Okay. Now, what is the pattern of the questions coming? There can be an increasing pattern or decreasing pattern, correct? Or an alternating pattern. If the pattern is increasing, that automatically means what? That there's either going to be an addition or a multiplication. And how to decipher it is an addition or a multiplication? If the gaps are huge, that means multiplication. Matlab, every second number is becoming more than the double of the first number. You know? That means the pattern will surely be of multiplication. If the gaps are nominal, then that means the logic will be of difference or addition basically. If it is a decreasing pattern, if it is a decreasing pattern, it can be a pattern of subtraction or division. Subtraction when again the gaps are smaller, and division when the gaps are huge. Okay. Now, the logic of difference is the best logic that can work here. Why? If I give you an example, if I ask you, let's say 125, 216, 343, 512, or let me write one more, 729. What is the next number? Okay, so if you know the logic or if you know the logic of cubes, so this is 5 cube, 6 cube, 7 cube, 8 cube, 9 cube. So next number obviously will be 10 cube or 1000. Okay, that is one way to think about it. But if you see the difference here, 6 minus 5 is 1, and this is 91. What is the difference here? It will be 7, I guess. What is the difference? 343 minus 216. It will be 127. Okay. Next difference with 512 will be 169. It will be 9 minus 7 will be 9 minus 2 will be 7. 2 minus 1 will be 1 and 217. Here the difference will be of 36. Here the difference will be of 9 minus 7, 2, 42. Here the difference will be of 48. Yes. So if you see here, after finding out a difference of 3 level, we got that difference to be constant. We got the difference to be a constant number. Why? Because it was a pattern of cube. Similarly, if it is a pattern of square, okay, if a quadratic equation is being the pattern here, then after 2-level difference only, you'll be able to get a constant difference. You can check it out. You know? If you want me to do that for you, obviously, it'll be something like 169, 196, 225, 256, 289 space. Now, if you know this is 13 square, 14 square, 15 square, 16 square, 17 square, next will be 18 square, 324. That's the answer. But because it is y equal to x square pattern, so that means after 2 levels, the difference will become constant. Okay. So if you take the difference here, what will that be? 79, 18, and 99, 30 में से 3 गए. 27, it will be. Here the difference will be how much? It will be 9, 25 plus 4, 29. है ना? Here the difference will be, I guess, of 31. Here it will be of 33 most probably. Why? Because I know that the difference has to be 2. After 2 levels, the difference will become constant. Okay. So this is something you should know. The next thing you should know is the prime numbers. You know, the prime numbers from 1 to 50. We have 15 prime numbers. from 1 to 100, we have 25 prime numbers. And the first 3-digit prime number is 101. Our first 1-digit prime number is 2. And the first 2-digit prime number is 11. Okay. 2 is the only even prime number as well. Okay. Now, all the prime numbers, as soon as you see them, you should be able to observe them. Okay. 1 is not prime. Very important part. 1 is not a prime number. Okay. So what is the smallest even prime number? Its smallest prime number, it is going to be 2. Then a 3, then a 5, then a 7. Next will be 11, 13, 17, and 19. Next will be 23 and 29. Next will be 31, 37, 41, 43, 47. So if we count the number of numbers from 1 to 50, you'll get 15 prime numbers. See, 4 plus 4, 8 plus 2, 10 plus 2, 12 plus 3, 15. 15 prime numbers are there. Okay. Similarly, if you want to find out the remaining prime numbers, okay, from 1 to from 50 to 100, you can do that as well. You know? So 51 will not be a prime number. And how to check whether a number is a prime number or not? The logic is just take the nearest square of that particular number. Let's say 47 se nearest square is 49. So below 49 ka square root. What is square root of 49? 7. Okay. So below 7, what are the prime numbers? 2, 3, and 5. Just check 47's divisibility rule with 2, 3, and 5, and that's it. You need to do. Okay? So because 5 is not divisible, 5 की table में नहीं आता है. ठीक है? Actually, in the table of 5 or in the ending with a 2 or ending with a 5, only one prime numbers are there, which are 2 and 5. है ना? So वहाँ पे तो नहीं आएगा. Next will be 3. What is the divisibility rule of 3? That the sum of the digits should be divisible by 3. है ना? The sum of the digits should be divisible by 3. Correct? So that is also not there because 4 plus 7 is 11, not divisible by 3. So this is the logic, right? Now, if I want to find out the next sequence of prime numbers, 51 is not. Why? Because 5 plus 1 will become 6, and 6 is divisible by 3. So 53 will be the next one. Yes. 57 is the next one. No, because 5 plus 7 is 12. 59 is the next one. Yes. 61 is the next one. Yes. 63 is not. 67 is yes. Okay. 71, 73, and 79. 81 is not. 83 is. 87 is not because 8 plus 7 is 15. 89 is. 91 is not because it is divisible by 7 now. Why did I check for 7 in 91? Because the nearest square root of 91 will be 81, which is 9 का square. So 9 से छोटे जितने भी prime numbers हैं उनसे मुझे divisibility rule check करना था. So 2, 3, 5 से तो करूंगा ही करूंगा, 7 से भी करूंगा मैं. ठीक है? And then the next will be 91 nahi hai, 93 is nahi. Obviously 9 plus 3 is 12. 97, yes, it is a prime number. And the next will be 101, obviously. Okay, so these are prime numbers that you should be knowing of. Okay, correct. So prime numbers already I discussed. Yes. Then squares, again we need to learn. The reciprocal, how the reciprocal can be used as a concept. So a particular question that has come, let me discuss that for you. So the question was 16.66, comma 14.28, comma 12.5, 11.11, 10. What is your next number? So whatever pattern you might think of finding out, you'll not be able to find out till the time you don't know that what is 1 upon 6 into 100. What is 1 upon 7 into 100? What is 1 upon 8 into 100? 1 upon 9 into 100? 1 upon 10 into 100. So my answer will be 1 upon 11 into 100. That will be 9.09. Okay. So even the reciprocal values are very important. Understanding my point? So that was the logic, my friends. Okay. Once that is done, what should be the next part? Then you should be able to understand that alternating series कैसे work करती है. That means there will be two different series and a combination of that will be there. है ना? So first, third, fifth, and seventh term will be having a separate pattern. The second, the fourth, the sixth term will be having a separate pattern. So that generally happens when the series is increasing and decreasing in order. Okay? Now, the questions can be something like, let's say I've taken number 4. So what is going to be 4 into 3 plus 2? 12 plus 2, 14. So 4, 14 into 3 plus 3, 42, 28, 42, 42 plus 3, 45. Next will be 45 into 3 plus 5. So that will be on 135 plus 5, 140. Next will be 140 into 3, 427. So what is the next term? So the pattern here is whatever the number is, it is getting multiplied by 3 and it is getting added by the prime numbers. So 2, 3, 5, 7. So next prime number will be 11. And that will be my answer. You know how the question will be written? Something like this: 4, 14, 45, 140, 427, space, question mark. So this might be the question which is asked. So in this particular manner, the question will come and you should be ready for them. That is the most important thing I want to tell you here. Okay. So the pattern or the definition of the question type is this only. Obviously, there can be a lot of questions which can be framed, and we can actually frame that for you as well. But yes, you should be able to. You should be in a situation to, think about the pattern, and the more you will solve the questions, the more you will practice, the more it will be better for you. Okay. So I'll just wait for you to let me know if there are any doubts, anything you want to ask. And if there are none, then in the next class, we will discuss the actual question that have come in the previous year examination, guys. So please be ready for that particular session. As of now, this will be all. Please make your notes very properly, and I'll wait for any doubts in the chat box that you might be having.